Hello there, party people. My name is Colson Peacock, and let me be the first to welcome you to the second installment of the Hearing Aid Chronicles, or as I like to call it, THC. The Hearing Aid Chronicles is an ongoing video series here on YouTube in which I discuss issues and experiences related to my life as a deaf person who wears hearing aids. If you haven't watched the first episode of the Hearing Aid Chronicles, links are in the description below. Alright, let's get started. It took me a very long time to be able to talk about my hearing impairment, whether it be in life, on the internet, or on stage where I perform stand-up comedy. The reason being for this is not knowing how to say this, but why to say it, if that makes sense. I mean, if I speak about my condition, why should people care? It's just a normal part of my life, just as normal as wearing shoes or wearing glasses. These are just tools to help us in everyday life. Honestly, I keep on forgetting I'm actually wearing hearing aids when I'm out in public, until a stranger comes up to me and asks me questions, reminding me, oh yeah, I am wearing hearing aids. Which is fine if you want to ask questions. I'm never offended by curious people who want to ask questions. That's totally fine in my book. These strangers are never rude about it. They're always really nice when they approach me. Let me just also add, I'm never offended by people who tell me deaf jokes. Unless that deaf jokes is really bad. But that's really the comedian in me that's offended, not really the deaf guy. People are always afraid of being offensive when asking about my hearing condition, which is understandable. You wouldn't go up to someone in a wheelchair and yeah, what happened to you? Who? Me? Or maybe you do. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Get off my back! But people do that. They want to know what happened to me. There are about 3 different kinds of groups of people that approach me asking me about my hearing aids. The first one is the elderly. Typically this old person is also wearing hearing aids and their hearing loss comes from their old age. I am young. I am not old. I also seem to be wearing this piece of technology that they are wearing and that confuses them. The second group of people who approach me are usually people with family members or friends who also have the same hearing condition as I do. Let me just pause this video for just 1 second. I need to change my hearing aid battery. Lucky for you 24-hour party people that you get to witness me changing a hearing aid battery. Take this out, discard the battery, throw it in the trash can, take the batteries. Usually you just might see a sticker like that. Remove the sticker, put it anywhere. Probably in trash, but usually just stick it on someone else. Put the battery in the hearing aid, put the switch, put the hearing aid in the ear, wait 7 seconds. Let there be the sounds. The third group of people who approach me are just people who are really perceptive. Occasionally, instead of people addressing me like, hi, how are you? Instead of having people address me like that, they see my hearing aids and assume I can't hear, and so they start signing at me. I apologize for people who might be insulted by my lack of signing. I took sign language classes only when I was younger, but I don't remember much. All I remember is this. That means popcorn toilet. This is a frequent thing that happens to me. People see my hearing aids, they start sighing at me and mouthing words, to which I always have to respond, I can hear you. I can speak. Speak to me like a regular human being. It's always awkward and always embarrassing for the person signing. But it's never offensive. I am never offended by someone who might address me like that. All these people that try to approach me, they want to connect with me on a certain level. You really can't blame them for being curious, interested, or being a human being. Here's an anecdote. A couple of months ago, while during a boring worship at the mall, this mom approaches me with her daughter, who also happens to be deaf, and we start up a conversation. As you can probably guess, this conversation is about being deaf and other shenanigans. What kind of hearing loss do I have? How long have I been wearing hearing aids? What university do you go to? These are the conversations you have if you are a young person who also wears hearing aids. It gets very monotonous. As the conversation keeps on going on, the mom isn't really letting the daughter talk, but the daughter doesn't really want to talk because maybe she's embarrassed about how she speaks. During the whole time, the mom kept on talking up her deaf daughter, which got me thinking, is she trying to set me off their daughter like a deaf dating service? Do these things actually exist? Which doesn't really make sense to me. It's like saying, hey, you have brown hair, they have brown hair, you two should be together. Yeah, our ears don't work and so we're destined to be soulmates. When conversing with these strangers, all these conversations seem to have one thing in common. They're all just simply amazed. They're all just amazed, like it's a spectacle. But it's not a spectacle, nor the sideshow act. It's just normal. To me, it's not amazing. It's just normal. It's my normal. The basic mission statement of the deaf community is that we are normal people. We are not broken machines. We are to be seen and treated as normal people because we are normal people. But I've never felt normal. There's no way to feel normal. Like for instance, my last THC video when I spoke without my hearing aids in, I was extremely embarrassed and extremely self-conscious of the way I sounded without my hearing aids in. It was just painful for me to just hear my voice sound like that. I've been working my whole life to achieve a certain level of normal. I took speech lessons for years so I can sound like a normal person. When I'm speaking to a normal person in conversation, I'm hyper aware of how I'm speaking and how I sound in that conversation. Growing up, there's nothing more I wanted than to just be normal like everyone else. I had a different kind of name. I had a different kind of personality. I had a different kind of hearing. I was different. And I didn't like that. I didn't want to be different. No matter how much I wanted to be normal, I was constantly reminded that I wasn't. As a kid, I didn't consider these things to make me special. I was special needs, but I was not special. These things that made me different made me feel like I stuck out like a sore thumb. That's why I wear skin-colored hearing aids and skin-colored mold. I want to pass for normal. I want the ability to blend in when I want to and stand out when I choose to. But I can't hide these hearing aids completely. When I was younger, I would grow my hair out longer just so I can hide them. But people could still see them. But now, as a 20-year-old man with a patchy beard, I don't hide them. I'm not angry at my situation. I hold no ill will against strangers who are curious or want to ask questions. This is the way it was, this is the way it is, and this is the way it will be.
Children need to know is there. And it starts out, what do you do with the mad that you feel? And that first line came straight from a child. I work with children, doing puppets in very personal communication with small groups. What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad you could bite. When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. What do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag or see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this, and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. For a girl can be someday a lady, and a boy can be someday a man. I think it's wonderful.
It's wonderful. It takes a long time to be comfortable in your own skin. I'm not normal, and I accept that. My hearing aids are normal, but I am not normal. I am who I am. I am deaf, man! Hear me roar! I roar so I can hear myself, and you know other people can too. If I'm going to stand out, I might as well wear these hearing aids like a badge of honor. I'm deaf. That's okay. Now if you direct your attention to this clock, you'll notice that the big hand is on 4, and the little hand is also on 4. It is time to come off our high, for THC time is over. I'm really amazed by all the positive reception I got from the first episode of THC. I just want to say thank you everyone. Thank you so much. All the positive reception, it's a beautiful thing. Please keep the dialogue going by leaving a question or comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, neighbor.